Well, hello, my darlings. Here I am again. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for all of your comments. For those of you who made comments last week, love. Thank you, and welcome to wherever you are in the world, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever's happening in your world. Hopefully, some of the things that are said here today might be helpful, might, you know, give you a bit of a lift, give you some insights. It's always helpful, isn't it? Hopefully, we can do that, or I can do that with the help of my helpers who are wherever and who come in to be present at this time. And I'm calling them all in: angels, guides, spirit guides. Oh, no negative energies. No, don't want any of that sort of stuff hanging about. Just bring in all of the really helpful, amazing, spectacular energies into this space. And I pulled a card to begin with today to get a bit of an idea of what I might call this. And the card that came out of the James Van Praagh talking to heaven, which I'm going to read from today again. I'm going to read from that again today and see what else I get come as well with that, if anything. Pardon me. So we'll do that. Energies are really building. And so the thing that came was that the card was about the other side when you pass on and how you continue learning. So I felt that Spirit was saying to me today, don't close your mind, be open. Don't close your mind, be open. That's the topic of today. And so welcome to Your Life, Your Choice. And I'm Wallace Patterson, psychic medium. Going to do a little bit of formal things from now on, introductions, those sorts of things, get better at what I do, hopefully. And the part of getting better, got some notes even today. The part of getting better is giving it some format, something to go on. Been thinking about some things myself this week. One of the things that I was thinking about, because I've been doing my course with James Van Praagh, as you know, and that's good, fabulous, going well. I'm open, like I'm saying. I'm not closing my mind. I'm not drawing conclusions at this point of time. I'm steering away from getting into, oh, I won't be any good at this won't work for me. I won't be able to read for people. I won't be able to bring loved ones or those that want to contact them through, all that stuff in my head. I'm not good enough. I won't, but I'm steering away from doing that and being involved in that sort of thing and going with things will get better as they go. I'll get better. Stop being hard on myself about what I think I should be doing or achieving or saying, or what should be happening for me, shooting on myself, and rather than that, be open and allowing, and don't close my mind off to the possibilities and what may come at any moment. So that's where I've been at all week, and I felt when I sat down to do this video today, I thought, what am I bringing through? What am I giving you? And I think that's it, darlings. I think what I'm giving you is my experience this week on things. Been a very interesting week. And yeah, we all have our challenges. I've been hearing from people around me who are in health challenges and things that are testing them. And sometimes, darlings, you just like to think you've got a magic wand or something, and you can just wave it over them, and it'll all be gone, and their lives will be better. Their lives will be easier. They won't have all this struggle in their heads, and we wish that we could do that. And I find myself that the easiest way for me to handle those things is to just be in a space of holding the space for them, not trying to solve the problem for them, because we so often, don't we, when people share with us things, we want to solve it. We want to feel like we can solve it for them, or we've got, something that we can say that'll be helpful, and, et cetera, et cetera. And it may well be that we have, or we do have that. But more often than not, we don't. And I think I've taken very much to, rather than telling or saying or whatever we all get into, I've taken to being just asking the question, how would you feel if, or what would you do about that if you felt this, or, just asking questions, which I feel are more empowering and more powerful, because they bring for people their own ability forward to stop and not focus on the problem, but focus on the solution, or how they might feel about that. And that's not unlike, is it, darlings? It's not unlike, a couple of weeks ago or whatever, when we got into talking about, how would I feel, or, what would I feel if, or wouldn't it be nice if, wouldn't it be nice to have this done or that done, or for this to have happened, or, and then how would I feel about that, and that type of manifesting. So I feel that that's, more the way to go. Ask the questions rather than try and give the answers. And we don't do it because we're trying to be smart or clever. For most of us, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to just be helpful in our own way, and we feel that, there may be some of our experiences or things that, could really be helpful, and they may well be. But I find myself that when I'm in a bit of a pickle and that, it's better if people don't talk at me about their experiences or problems or people around them that they know, or, sharing, thinking that that's all going to be helpful. It's better if they just hold the space and ask me the questions, even if I don't know the answers. Sometimes when I'm asked, I go, oh, yep, that's something I could work with. Okay, darlings, now I'm going to do 3 readings today. First person I'm going to do them with these cards today. And what I want to say about this topic of not closing your mind and being open, I think is really, really important in the situation that we're in at the moment, with all the stuff that's going on around us in the world, in our own area. Problems that are coming, problems in the world, all the stuff we're seeing that can get us down, the struggle with all of us as humans, and also on a level of Earth struggling, and the planet struggling, animals, struggling. The focus on the unkindness in the world that for most of us is hard to take. I think we're in a space and in a time where we need to be open open to, not have a closed mind and a set idea about outcomes and everything, and be open to the possibilities, be open to the fact that great spirit, has a plan for all this. Great spirit has the answers to this. And if we're open, really open to it, sit and be open, we might hear some of what that is. We won't get it all. Of course, we're human. We won't get it all, but we might get some from spirit that'll help us understand more and be able to exist and cope more with it. Does that make sense? I hope it does, darlings, because I know what I'm trying to say, and I hope that I'm saying it in ways that are helpful. Sometimes it's not much in a change of mindset to change everything and have us feeling so much better about what's around us and about the day. Okay, so the first person, Peggy Wilcox. Peggy, darling, I'm going to do this reading for you. I'm going to pull a card and then I'm going to read it from the book, this little book of James Van Praagh, because I don't know all of these cards. And I'm not interpreting them. I'm taking them from what I'm actually pulling for you. And I'm going to take a deep breath because I want to see if I can move into a space where something comes for me as well. If anybody comes or something comes for me. Okay. Oh, there you are. I'm going to put those back in because there was quite a few of them. So I'm going to give them another little shuffle, and then I'm going to pull the card for you, Peggy. So here we go. The card that I've pulled for you. Oh, Peggy, you're not going to believe this, darling. This is the card I pulled for the day for everyone. I am learning over here. Now, that was the card that came. That became the title for today. Don't close your mind, be open, was what they came for me. And so that's the card that's also come for you. They're not numbered, so I have to just quickly find the card for you. I love it. I love it. Isn't that just, I love it when spirit, I love it when spirit tells me things. I love it. I love it. I am learning over here. Out of all those cards, all the shuffling I did, all the stuff I did, and I didn't put the card on the top either. Very interesting, and we're going to see what's interesting that will come. I am learning over here. I've already got something coming through on that, but I want to read what James Van Praagh says first. I am learning over here. I love it. I've always loved to learn, and sometimes I thought that I knew it all, but now that I'm beyond the three-dimensional physical world, I am astounded to be learning how everything really works in this beautiful and perfect universe. Even now, I can't completely comprehend all of God's plan, but I do see the bigger picture, and it's amazing. You and I are so much more than we ever dreamed of. The only thing I can share with you is how important it is to appreciate and honour yourself and everything else in life. You and I, like everyone, are God's sacred creations, which means that we honour God when we honour ourselves and each other. and I definitely honour you. There you are, darlings. That's your card. That's what came. It was the card that came for me for the topic for today. So it's interesting that it's come out for you. Interesting also that I just go through and pick out 3 names and then I just read for you. And I'm reading from this pack because I'm drawn to it, as I told you. And the first thing that came to me when the card came out was there was a man that came, and yes, I, um, I don't want this to be offensive when I say he was a bit of a know-it-all, but he liked to think that, you know, he had a handle on it all, that he, you know, he knew it, or knew about most things. He was a bit opinionated, or he is a bit opinionated. He's telling me that. He's telling me he's not heard about it or whatever. He's aware of who he was. He's aware of what went on with him. And he's saying that he didn't know too much at all. That's what he's telling me. He's saying, I tell her I didn't know too much at all. I've realised how little I did know, but I also realised that, you know, Earth's a learning ground. It's a place to learn the topic. You know, don't close your mind, be open. He's saying to me, interestingly, he's saying to me that in a lot of ways, even though he had opinion on a lot of things, he was very closed about things because he was opinionated. He said it didn't mean he was very open. He was quite closed about things because he had an opinion on it and he thought that was right. Okay, we'll go with that. But he sends his love. He's having a laugh, actually. I can hear him laughing. Why? Oh, he's got me laughing. He laughs. He's got a really, really nice laugh, and he's got a way about him. He's laughing. And he's laughing and he's saying to you, don't be too serious about it all. Don't get too serious about it all, he's saying. Lighten up, be light, enjoy. And so you will. You will, darling. Okay, all right. Jezebel. What am I getting, Jezebel? What are we saying to Jezebel? Who's coming through and who's talking to Jezebel? And give me your comments, darlings. I like your comments. And thank you for the people that gave me their comments last week. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments, all your comments. I love them all. Because you know I love you. I care about you all. I love you. I so look forward to it. If you look forward to getting my videos, I look forward to hearing from you. So, you know, when I post it, you know, after I post it, I go in to see who's answered it and, you know, what's being said, and I love it. So, Jezebel, what am I getting, darling, for you? What am I getting? And at the end of this, I'm going to do what I did last week, a general political reading, because I like to keep my hand in on it. I send you loving signs through nature. And on this card, there's a butterfly. See the card, Jezebel, darling? Loving signs through nature. So have you been getting signs from nature recently? Let's have a little look at, you know, I have been I'm sending you loving signs through nature. Okay. Right, okay. I've got to find the card. Sorry, darling. I send you loving signs through nature. Do you live near a nature park or somewhere that you can walk through nature? Uh, hmm. Here, I send you loving signs through nature. Yes, that is me sending you signs of my love and presence. I learned how to do this from the angels and from our other loved ones who are here with me in heaven. Together we send you reminders that you are cared for, watched over, and protected by us. We've sent you birds, dragonflies, butterflies, flowers, clouds, and rainbows. Each time you notice these signs, your body has given you confirmation if it sent them to you. I'm so glad that you're trusting the signs in your body signals. We are so connected, and that includes our connection through nature. I love you. Was it your father or I don't know? I'm getting a male energy. I'm getting a male energy. Um, the men are wanting to come today. They're wanting to come through. They're all, there, jostling a bit for you know, to have something to say. But this seems to be like it might be your father, and he was a nature lover, was he? Did he like nature? Did he love being in nature? And it seems to me as a little girl, you used to chase butterflies and dragonflies. You liked the things that were flying around. I can see you as a little girl. You loved all the little things that flew around the garden and the flowers and all that. And he used to laugh. I can hear him laughing. There's lots of wonderful laughter today from the people on the other side. And he's laughing because he's watching you as a little girl chase the butterflies and chase the dragonflies, and you little hands thinking, and your laughter thinking you could grab them and you could get hold of them. I can hear all this. Um, yes, it's very emotional. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I can hear you. I can hear you as a little girl laughing, 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 and he's laughing with you. Is that you? Is that your dad? Um, I can hear him laughing. It's meaningful, the butterflies and the flowers and that, because I see he's saying every time you see that, every time, even fleetingly, every time it happens, it's him sending you love and blessings and messages and letting you know that he's not gone. He's not gone. He's not gone. I'm going to do another quick reading for Gail Kernney. Gail, you said about your parents that adopted you, and are they near? And I'm going to just ask the question for you, Gail. I'm going to ask the question, are they near? And let's see what we get. So for Gail, I'm asking the question from her adopted parents. Gail would like to know if you're near her. And perhaps you could send her a message that in what way you're near her, so that she feels she's got something. I'm getting the energy of give me something I can hold on to. So could you give that to Gail? Okay, let's see. Let's do that. Let's do that. I will always point you in the right direction. Gail, there you go. They'll always point you in the right direction. So if you're in a space, what am I getting from them? If you're in a space at times where you're not sure where you're going and what you're doing, and you wonder whether they're there to help you. They are there pointing you in the right direction. Let's have a look. Okay. Be good if these cards had a number on them. Compass, they're there to help you. That's what they're telling me. They're there to help you. They'll point you in the right direction. Listen, they're saying to listen. I'm getting this whole thing around open mind again. Well, that was the topic of today. I will always point you in the right direction. Although I'm not God or an angel, I do have the ability to guide you. Keep in mind that I'm not privy to the all-knowing wisdom of the universe. For that, you'd want to consult God, which you can do just by asking for help. However, I do have the benefit of all my earthly lessons, which taught me a lot. Also have a broader perspective on your circumstances from my heavenly vantage point. So you can think of me as a trustworthy confidant whom you can turn to for advice. Please know that I'll do all I can to guide you towards what's best for you. I've learned how to get my own ego out of the way and focus upon being you, upon helping you and others from a place of pure love. You'll notice the signs that I send to you through your feelings, dreams, and other reminders to think of me. So, Gail, if you're thinking, and you are lately, of your parents, and it came up in that last week when I did the readings for people, they're there. They are there. And they're talking to you. And I think that the topic for today was very appropriate in the readings that have come, because it was about don't close your mind, be open. So they're telling me, they're saying to me, I can hear all this conversation going on about get out of your own way and listen. Get out of your own way and listen. Listen to what you're feeling. Listen to what is being said to you intuitively from inside yourself. Don't get into listening to all those other people and the chatter and the nonsense around you they're saying. Just listen and rely upon your experience and what you know, you know. That's what they're telling me. So I'm going to go with that and leave you with, yes, they're around you, darling. They are definitely absolutely near. They're not gone. They're there. Okay, all right. I'm going to do that now. Okay, now today, before I go, I just want to shuffle the cards. We just got news, of course, that they passed the bill for the victims for the Epstein files. I just want to do a quick read. Oh, the smoke and mirrors. It's something to behold, and all the nonsense he's come up with now. But, you know, it seems to me I'm getting this vision around them all, of all these people sitting and they're talking, and every time they talk, they take, you know, one foot out of their mouth to put the other in. I'll go with that card, Ace of Cups, that just dropped out. I'll show you those. There's another one they're throwing out at me. Oh, they're coming fast and furious. Ten of Wands. Okay, and and then I'm going to do the prediction cards over top of them when I pull these out. Another one they're throwing out for me, the Death card. Okay, we've got the Death card, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. I'm going to read from these as they came out. So they came out with the Ace of Wands. They threw at me the Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups, I mean. They threw at me the Ten of Wands, and then they threw in the Death card. Let's read it as I get it. The release of the Epstein files and the documents. There is an opportunity, of course, there is an opportunity around all this for this to be resolved and for it to, you know, for those victims to be, you know, vindicated and for them to have some closure on that. Will that happen? No, I don't think so. Not right now. It may eventually happen. It might come to fruition, but right now, it's right now. I'm sorry to say that I'm getting that we're further along, further along the path, but we're back to um, um, struggle. It's a burden. It's a burden they carry. You know, I'm getting this Ten of Wands. It's a burden. It's a burden. I'm getting, that's the word that's standing out very clearly. It's a burden to carry. It's struggle and strife. It's not. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to go with this, the Death card that came out. I'm going to go with this. And I've been getting it for a while, and I've said it a few times. If you go back over the older videos, it's probably in there because I know I've said it. But I'm going to go back to Trump being impeached. I think it'll come to that. I think that the reason it hasn't happened up to now is because there's been a lot of innuendos. There's been a lot of, yes, pretty much everybody knows he was involved with it all. I said a long time ago, I thought he was one of the people that helped and initiated it all and put it all in place. I think he provided the girls or some of those girls. He was definitely in on it. Yes, he did know about it. And I think all that most people believe that that's true. The issue is that, can you prove it? And we're back to it's all innuendo and say so. And yes, I believe it's true, but can we prove it? And I think that there is something still to come out. And I said this a while ago, there was a lot of stuff, and that is coming and that's happening. But I think there is something to come out. And I'll tell you what I got during the week. And I got it very strongly. And it was interesting that he's been on about, he'd like to be a king. And, there's been the whole thing about the No King's Day and marching against him being a king. What I got was one of the people, and I'm getting all this chatter that's going on in England. And I'm getting this because he's been stripped of all his titles. He's now an ordinary person, so he can be charged with things, Andrew, because he's no longer the Duke of York. So stripped of those, he's an ordinary person. So, but to vindicate, not totally vindicate himself, I wasn't getting, but in some ways, because he's a narcissist, he's going to he's turned on Epstein, and in his own mind, he's blaming Epstein for all that's gone on with him, not him himself. He hasn't been responsible. No, of course, he didn't sleep with the girls. But he's blaming, in his mind, he's blaming Epstein. And I think as part of all that, he'll either do it by Zoom, or he'll send through tapes that he's done without appearing in the US. But I think that Trump's undoing will be, interestingly enough, will be a member of the royal family, which is Andrew. I think Andrew, if he doesn't turn up in the US, I'm not sure about that. I don't quite get that he will, but I think he'll provide enough. I think that it's him. I'm getting it'll be him that'll sink the whole thing because of what he knows. Now, over top of these, I'm going to pull out just 3 more cards quickly. I said I'd do this quickly today. It's hard to get through quickly. Okay, so it's interesting. All week I've been getting Andrew. All week. He's been coming through as the fly in the ointment, and that he'll be the one to sink the ship. Interesting that came so strongly to me this week. And when it came, I thought, oh, really? Anyway, I'm going to go with that. Let's see if I get any further clarification around that. I'll just spend a couple of minutes more, come this far. I'll spend a couple of minutes more just seeing if I get clarification around that. Okay. I get controlled puppet, pandemic, health crisis. I think this is Trump's health crisis. Health crisis and sun, yes, positive. This sun card. So that interesting. The sun card came out across the death card. So I'm going to go with that whole thing about impeachment. I think it will happen. I think there will be an impeachment of him because I think that this He's got a real severe health crisis. We all know he has. We all know he's being propped up and he's being supported by those sycophants around him who are keeping him going and keeping him drugged up and on his feet. He doesn't have a clue what he's doing most of the time or even what he's talking about. That's his health crisis over top of this burden card and this controlled puppet area. Yes, that came out over this opportunity card here, which was the Ace of Cups, the opportunity to do things. And there's a lot of control, a lot of, I'm getting a vision of all these puppets being, the dancers and the puppets and the whole, the whole thing, in the, I'm getting all that around it. There's a lot of, you see them all here. Yes, okay. We've got in this card, we've got all the little puppets. So we've got this person in the middle and all of this, the marionettes, the puppets all, dancing around. And we've got that happening at the moment with Bondi and what's his name, Blanche or whatever, and all this stuff that's going on. And this is the wider thing to this is this week having that Middle Eastern fellow. He entertained him. He's a murderer. Well, he likes all the criminals and murderers, doesn't he? He's, as Epstein said, he's a very, very evil person. And God point the finger. I mean, here we are with this pedophile, this disgusting creature. And he's pointing the finger at Trump, saying he's a vile person. That's saying something, darling, isn't it? But the vile person is not, this vile person in the White House. He's on his last legs. He's a lot sicker than what they're letting on. I've said that for a while. He's pretty crook, that fellow. Yeah. So there you have it. I think that will the files be released? That's the bottom line. I don't think the files will be released, but I think that there'll be some. I'm getting whistleblowers. I've been getting whistleblowers all week. There's going to be some whistleblowers, and I feel, or I've been told, I've been shown that the whistleblowers are coming from wherever it is that they've got all the documents and they've been redacting and destroying and, they've been doing what they're doing as the cover up. There's a whistleblower. There's people in there that are unhappy and are going to come forward and in other areas. So I'm getting it's almost like we've had the first wave of emails, we've had all that, that's all gone on. Now we're going to get the real people. We're going to get the whistleblowers and people, because too many people know too much. And I think I think we'll probably now see something from the victims as well. I think there might be some names and stuff come forward there. I'm getting tapes. Somebody has got tapes. Somebody's got tapes, and they're going to because all this other bulk is being held up. We're going to get another wave of things. They'll hold up all the bulk information, they'll play around, they'll redact it, they'll do whatever to keep all that from coming out. But that's not it. The coming out stuff with it all the info is going to come from this second wave. There's going to be more emails. I got that during the week. More emails. There's going to be whistleblowers, and there's going to be some tapes that are coming. They're going to come out as well. So they're withholding over here, but the wave of stuff that's going to come. Yeah, it's on its way. It's in the pipeline. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you, my darlings. I've gone way over the time I thought I was going to be on. But anyway, I do try to get through it, but I want to do the readings for people. I want to give you, some of what I get, some of the things that have been going on. I don't get a lot of time to talk about what's been going on for me this week or over the week sometimes. I'm still working on bringing on other people, pardon me, to have a chat with. I'll still work on that. And in the meantime, in between time, when you go, I go with you. And when I go, you go with me. And I so appreciate you being here. If you like the videos, if you like what you hear, if you like everything and you haven't already, could you please subscribe and help us get through to 20,000 subscribers. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. And I'll see you next week on Your Life, Your Choice. I'm going with you when you go, and you're going with me when I go. Love, love.